I don't know what the fuck this thing is. This one's probably like a freckle or like a bug bite on a freckle that I itched at. This one's probably like, I don't know, but it's freaky, man. Same with this one. Yeah, it just kind of like popped up, you know. There's another one. There's another one. They're not like scars. They're just kind of like, maybe they are. I don't really remember them being anything with like a scar. I'm glad that I don't live near like a police academy. I live near like an 8th grade, 9th grade boy training lacrosse team area where like it's the same, trust me, it's the same boys that become cops that play fucking lacrosse. Like same type, not to suggest all, you know, lacrosse players are cops. I mean, that's fucking stupid. But like, this is the type, you know, and like they're also the same type that like go to combat, you know, willingly wear camouflage, fatigues, right? So while these kids are getting cussed at, fucking, what the hell are you walking? What do you do? Go, go, go. Over the trench lines. It's really its own kind of unique way. Like I've had female coaches and they're not like this. I've actually had female coaches that are a lot more efficient at training boys because a lot of boys like to be trained by girls, right? That was my thinking as a kid. It turns out that that's not really the case. But a lot of these kids are traumatized out of it. Like the ones who would otherwise like to play the sport, who join because they enjoy the sport, get pushed out of it because it's kind of more like a rifleman's training camp thing, right? Like it seems to be propaganda bit more than a real sport. Like don't get me wrong, the college teams are really fun to watch. Really, it's a cool game and all. But like, I feel like it's the type of thing that like they're creating little soldiers. Like it's deeper than just running around with you know, sticks and a helmet. You know, some of the commands they issue, like clear, go, go. Some of the ways they move, you know, it's very militaristic. Like soccer's not really like that. At least, like soccer's about like running to space and seems more like a competitive sport. Like that doesn't seem to be building soldiers, and they certainly don't drill the children the same way that sign up for soccer. But the kids who sign up for lacrosse, man, that lacrosse coach in particular, I'm not even really talking shit. Like I don't know the man personally. Like maybe he's a very efficient coach. I just know that like when I was a kid, me trying to deal with that, I can't get screamed at like that. Like, I got this way too much trauma. Like, I can't be like, Coach, excuse me, I'm actually transgender, I'm autistic. Like, can you just like take it down like a few notches? Like, it's hard for me. Like, if I don't respond to that, like, can you just not get mad if I'm over here like picking a 4-leaf clover? And the coach told me I had a bad attitude. You're damn right I have a bad attitude. You have a bad attitude. You have a bad attitude. Like, listen to this dude. Go, 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 go to war. Like it's crazy. Warriors, raiders, destroyers, obliterators. We're mighty. Like, it's ridiculous. This guy doesn't even do much of the hype stuff either. During games, man, these kids are militaristic. It's fucking great because the parents, they're pretty chill. Every once in a while. I've seen it like maybe like 3 or 4 times ever out of the many games that I've seen. So like that's like less than a 1% failure rate, right? Like if this isn't Pee-wee baseball, degenerate parents. This is, you know, Pee-wee, like maybe like I think the high school kids have their own like real like gladiator fucking pit where like all the girls can be on the stand. They're like, oh, let's go. It's ridiculous. All day you hear these fucking kids. You can't sleep in the day. You know, it's like I'm glad. Listen, I'm glad no one is mowing the lawn out here. The lawn is just the worst. Like it's just the worst. We'll be right back after this. Why are we throwing the ball into yonder? It's a grown adult man screaming at these children. Like, listen, if your kid responds to that and you think that's what your kid needs or your kid likes that, like, get out of here. Like, it's problematic to frame it that way, but like, who falls for this? Like, who is this benefiting? Like, very, very strange energy exchange. I simply don't understand boys. I just don't get it. I was around them growing up, and I was like, they would always ask me, "What are you, a girl? You a fucking pussy?" People used to say that to me like very consistently, and I was always like, no, no. These are peonies. I think I'm gonna go spend my energy making it to the bridge today. Where I want to be. Is this false indigo? Oh no, it's actually actual indigo. Maybe not, I don't know. I started recording because I think that there might be the snapping turtle right there. But it's hard to tell. I did not have time really to get ready for that. That came up quick. That's a Black Hawk helicopter. They're probably running some training missions. I saw it before it took off, actually, so I knew I was going to see it. I just didn't know it was going to be that low or that close so soon. And I heard it taking off about 5 minutes ago, so it makes sense that we were just seeing it now. Of course, y'all didn't see any of that. Anyways, we're live today, the 30th of May, 2023, from Anley Pond. Like, by the time people start like holding me accountable for the things that I say as the person that I pretend that I am now, I'm gonna be pretending to be someone completely different. So like, what's even the point of trying to hold people accountable to the people they used to pretend to be? Like, you know, some of these politicians, you know, hey, they're still politicians, they're still elected officials, they're still on the floor every day, they're entitled, I guess, to talk about whatever nonsense. But then you got them like on video saying like the N-word, right? You're not gonna find me on video saying that word, but like I say some horrendous stuff, just like really problematic, just stupid ass, nonsensical, politically inflammatory, schizotypal hodgepodge of buzzwords and word salads that skip hop in a jiffy, a little bit of interpretive lens mismatch magic. You got yourself a deal, buddy. Like, why don't we sit down and have a chat about why the Manson murders happened? It's like, it's not a conversation anyone's willing to field these days. Ask the man why he carved the swastika into his forehead. See what he says about that. Oh, no. That's kind of cool. I think those are purple irises. Probably a similar, if not identical, to the ones that are just growing in my yard. Like, for context, they're growing like, you know, in a small pond. And this is, by all things considered, a small pond, you know? I mean, people talk about the little puddles in backyards. They talk about those as if those are fucking ponds. But, like, this is, like, I think the minimum size for, like, a pond ecosystem. And this ecosystem is basically completely devastated. Like, there's not a lot of healthy growth here. Most of it's nonsense. Like, these reeds, these cattails over here, rather, it could be worse. It could be the reeds, but at least it's the cattails. You see a little further back, it is the reeds. Of course, they've taken over. Why wouldn't they, right? And before that, the loosestrife, you know, and God knows where this algae is from. I mean, that's probably non-native to the ecosystem. I can't imagine that it is. Lily pads, I actually don't know. I probably should. But those irises, like, I have no fucking clue. But the amount of fauna that can live here, just because of, you know, the highway, I mean, you can hear it. Like, this is, like, the only little pond around for, like, quite a while. For realsies. So nothing that doesn't fly can migrate, right? Like, there's a snapping turtle here, but it's probably one someone put here. Or I guess maybe it's very possible that it's been indigenous and just never died in this single pond. Seems plausible, but rather unlikely. But who knows, you know? Maybe it's the type of thing that's been here for 100 years. And before that, who knows? Who knows? Okay, let me get some clear, just a little teeny bit of clear footage. Because I had to clean the lens, I had forgotten. So it looked like shit. When I watched it back, I was like, fuck. Forgot about that. It's so dumb. Bruh. That was a bird I think you just saw. Like this attitude. Equally this attitude. Blue Jay turf war intensifies. Just the cops show up to your house.